Hey y'all, if you are just meeting me for the first time, welcome to our channel. My name is Tracy. I run our YouTube channel here for our farm, but if you are like some people and you like quiet, readable versions and tutorials of the same content that's here on our video version of YouTube, y'all, I have two blogs. One is on Blogger platform and one is on WordPress platform for those of y'all that like one more than you do the other. Y'all be sure to go check out our blogs where I'm the author of those two blogs here for our farm as well. One is 4dfarms.blogspot.com. The other one is 4dfarms.wordpress.com. Y'all be sure to check those out. Same kind of content, faith, family, home, and farm, just in a readable, quieter tutorial platform, okay? So y'all be sure to check those out. Good morning, everybody. It is morning time, and this video is in my bread making series, and we're just gonna keep continuing on. And this morning I'm going to show y'all how I am just going to whip up some ingredients that I know that goes together, and things that I have just like, I've been baking bread all these years, and Lord, that makes me sound old, but anyway, I've been baking bread for a long time, but then I started seeing other people just do some, not taking all the complication out and making it so simple, and I'm like, man. And what I mean by that is I've learned like some methods, like the stretch and fold methods, and then I combined like the no knead method, not the recipe, but the method, and the stretch and fold method. And now I can just whoop up some bread just like Blaylock's bull. I've taught my mama how to do it because she doesn't have a stand mixer, and she's learned how to just whoop some up and make her some bread, and she's happy, and I'm happy. That makes me happy. So, and I practiced and I practiced, and I'm like, well, why didn't I know that years ago? You know, hey, you're never too old to learn something. You can still teach an old dog new tricks, okay? So I'm good, and I was practicing and practicing, and I'm like, you know, you have those duh moments, and I'm like, I could have been doing this all along. And I just started teaching my mama. So I'm going to show y'all. We're going to combine the method of no kneading. We're going to combine the ingredients. Now, this is not going to be the 5-minute no knead bread dough recipe, okay? Because I'm going to add a few more ingredients in it that's not in that one. But we're just going to use the method. We're just going to take the ingredients that I know that goes good together just because of education and experimenting and experience, and I'm just going to mix them until they get well combined, okay? Then throughout the morning at different intervals, I'm going to give it that rest period after I mix it. Find a nice place. I'll probably turn the light on in the oven and let it be creating a little bit of warmth in there, or find a nice warm spot because it is cold. So you know that if it's cold somewhere, it's going to take longer to rise. So I got to find somewhere that's a little warm or create that warmth. I can light a candle and set it beside the bowl. That's another good little thing y'all can do. If you don't have a proofer, you don't have a warming zone in your oven, it's chilly in the house, your oven, even with the light on, it's still not getting kind of warm that you want it, cover up your bowl somewhere and put a candle beside it. A little bit of warmth from the candle will just kind of like, let's cozy up, okay? So that's what we're gonna do because it's kind of chilly in here. And then after that resting period, I start, and it's gonna double that first time, I'm going to start doing the stretch and fold methods like I did in the video where I did do an artisanal style loaf, the round loaf, and I put the cheese and the herbs in it. I don't think I used jalapenos because I can't eat jalapenos, but I know I put cheese in it. We're going to be incorporating that method, the stretch and fold method. And I'm going to do that in intervals, and we'll walk through this, okay? If you want to do this with me, we'll walk through this. But y'all, this method works for me, especially when we're traveling. We are on a work trip right now, and we're renting this little cottage. And this works for me because I don't have my stand mixer. I do have an oven, so I can make something bigger, okay? So tonight, with our meal, we're having some bow tie pasta tonight, and we're gonna bump this up a notch. I want to play with my dough, okay? We are going to do a braided loaf, kind of like the challah bread. It's braided, okay? Oh, we're going to have fun. We're going to do that, okay? So when we get to that part, that's going to be the fun part. Y'all, the good thing about bread, it's not limited to just a loaf of bread. You take that dough and you do anything with it, okay? Rolls, hamburger buns, French loaves, braided bread, cinnamon rolls, pizza crust, your loaf of bread. You can turn it into the round artisanal loaf. I haven't tried bagels yet. Doing bagels the old-fashioned way. I haven't tried it yet. We might do that. What else? You can just shape your dough and have fun and play. You can do the baguettes. You can do the hot dog buns, sub sandwich buns, okay? Y'all, get your dough and just play like a kid with Play-Doh. Come on, y'all, laugh. Okay, so I'm going to take my ingredients. I am going to be using unbleached all-purpose flour. Y'all, if there's any way possible, make that one little change. If you're not able to do like a lot of people are milling their flour and stuff like that, if you're not able to do that right now, at least make that one change and get unbleached, okay? Just a little bit healthier, okay? But I'm going to get that started because through the morning we're going to do those stretch and folds, and I'll let you see. And then the fun part is when we get ready to braid this bread. That is going to be so much fun. Oh, y'all, you can... No, I'm not going to tell you what all you can do because we'll probably do some videos of it. I've got so many more ideas in my head. And this... You know, if you're just now tuning in and you do not know what the heck I'm talking about, let me explain it. This is a video that is in my Bread Making for Beginners series for people that want to know just how to bake bread, okay? We get into some situations every once in a while, natural disasters or craziness where the bread and the milk's flying off the shelves, okay? If you've got basic ingredients on hand, you can make bread. And in this series, if you're just now tuning in and you're interested, I would encourage you to go back to the very beginning because I start on a beginner level and we do some things that's just Southern staples to us, like your biscuits and your quick rolls and cornbread, okay? Just those first three videos is just the quickest, the easiest, and they're Southern staples. Then we get into a section where it's like beginner level, and we do a 5-minute no-knead bread dough recipe. And it's just taking 4 ingredients, maybe 5, 4 or 5, okay? There's no kneading. You're just mixing the ingredients together, but there's some more pros. It's fermented, it's no kneaded, and it's like a refrigerator dough where, like, if you don't use all of it up at one time, you can stick the remainder in the refrigerator to stop the fermenting process. and then you've got dough on the ready to just pinch off and do something with it. You've still got dough in the refrigerator until it's all used up. Catch that first video, y'all, where I explain the science behind this bread, because it mimics sourdough. Okay? For people who are intimidated by sourdough, that's me. I do not know a thing about sourdough, but I may learn it, okay? And get somebody to work with me and teach me. This 5-minute no-knead bread dough recipe mimics sourdough because it's fermented, okay? And like I said, you got dough on hand. I love having that dough on hand for like grabbing and doing stuff with. I can whip up a quick pizza one night. What am I going to do for supper tonight? Oh, I got some dough. Let's just do a pizza, okay? Check out that. Then we got into an intermediate level where we start working with yeasted, kneaded breads. You know, where you take that same concept and you're going to do like your sandwich loaves, okay? Stuff like that. Your bread dough, your sandwich dough with a mixer. For those of y'all that can do the kneading by hand, more power to you, but I cannot because arthritic hands, cold weather makes it worse. Sometimes I can't even make a fist, y'all. So then I took you through the beginner, and then yeah, we're just gonna keep building and building and building and building and learning. But I've got so many more things that I want to do to show y'all that you can do with your dough, to play around and have fun and get creative, okay? So that's the reason why this video today, we're going to get creative and we're going to do that braided bread. This could probably work very good for around Easter time, because it kind of is almost like the Challah bread, which is a Jewish tradition. And then, no, that's badkak. I don't know, y'all, but it's a braided bread, okay? And then I've got another idea that I want to do with y'all that it just looks awesome to me, y'all. But we are going to get this going. I'm going to get my all-purpose flour and my yeast. You know you're going to need those two staples, and salt, okay? Then I'm going to, in a measuring cup, and I've learned this quick process, y'all, just by practicing, and I'm like, okay, I'm on the road. I don't have my stand mixer. I got to make this easy for me. So I just experimented and played with till I just finally got it. And then I started showing my mama, because she don't have a stand mixer, and now she can just whoop up bread just like that. So, and rolls and stuff, and she likes it. So I'm going to heat up milk. Y'all, I like milk. And if I'm doing the 5-minute no-knead bread dough recipe, I don't use milk. I use because you want that artisanal flavor. But when you get into the kneaded, yeasted, basic breads like rolls, hamburger buns, you know, stuff like that, I like to use milk. Okay, so I'm going to use milk and water, oil. Be careful the kind of oil that you use, because if you're just making like a sandwich loaf, you may not want to use olive oil, because you may not want that that flavor, okay? So maybe just some vegetable oil, sunflower, whatever kind of oil you want to use. If I'm making, you know what, I will use olive oil tonight because this is going to be going with a pasta. So those two flavors will intermingle. Okay, so I'm going to get my oil out. Y'all, just come on in my little kitchen. Let's get my oil. My yeast is up here. Let me get my ingredients together, and then I'm just going to show y'all how we're going to whip this up, and then we're going to mix it up, and then we'll go from there, okay? Always close your cabinet doors. My husband's like, you might want to close that door because you just missed your head by about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, in here, y'all, I have done this so many times now, y'all. I do not keep up with measurements. If you have found the perfect recipe that you like for sandwich bread, use those measurements, okay? I have milk and water, half and half in here, oil, and I put my salt in here. And you know what? I want to add, I got to find it. Just for a little bit of, no, you know what? I'm not going to this time because, like I said, this is going to be this is going to go with Italian supper. You can add a sweetener. You can add honey. You can add molasses. You can add any granulated sugar if you want to, just to kind of balance it out. But since I said I'm going to be making a pasta tonight, this is going to be fine. So I will leave the sugar out. I'm going to put this in the microwave. Let it be getting like baby bottle temperature, or just, I don't even know, what is it, 110 maybe? Don't quote me on that. But I'm going to do for like, we're going to start out with 1 minute and 30 seconds first, okay? Now let's come over here and I'm going to show you how I'm going to get my, let me set y'all up here. Y'all excuse my dirty dishes. I ate breakfast and cleaned out dear hubby's lunchbox, so I gotta wash the dishes. Okay, now, y'all, I don't have measurements, y'all. I'm sorry. I've just done this so many times. Now I've taught my mama how to do it, and it just, okay. We're gonna dump some flour in the bowl. Just enough to, y'all, that may be like 2.5 cups maybe. We're just gonna eyeball it. Now I'm going to just, like a tablespoon to maybe 2. Y'all, I'm eyeballing this, maybe 1.5 tablespoons. Okay, now this is the time when I'm going to add dry seasonings. I am also going to put some cheese in this, but I will do that at a different step, okay? But just for my dry ingredients, I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. Whoa. I want some greenery inside my bread and that flavor. Both of those are parsley, excuse me. Rosemary, just a little. Y'all, I did this in a hotel once, and I did it in the air fryer, and it turned out so great. Chives, I've been able to just play around and just see what works, y'all. Italian seasoning, well, just a teeny tiny bit. Oregano, since we're having a bow tie pasta. And a little bit of onion powder. I'm out of garlic powder. If I had some garlic powder, I would be putting that in here right now. Woo. Let's see. Till it feels right in my soul. There we go. Soul says, child. Yes, child. Okay, now I'm going to go over here, test my liquid. All right, this is heated up just right. And I'm only going to pour until I may not need all that, y'all. I will look at it and see. All you're going to do is mix this up. And I'm just making a small loaf, y'all, okay? I love that I found this method because this works for me traveling, because I can whip up something like this in my air fryer, small scale, or if I'm somewhere where we've got a big oven, I think that's the perfect amount of milk. You see how quick that came together? All right, that came together perfect. All right, look at that. I already made my dough ball. Look at that. Okay, I'm not going to have the rest of that. I may save this for another loaf of bread, okay? So, I'm going to just kind of incorporate this together. Oh, y'all, that turned out perfect. Okay, not sticking to my bowl or anything. See why I like this method, y'all? Now, all I did was incorporate those ingredients. Now, I'm going to find a towel. Let me wash my hands. I've got some sausage laid out for supper tonight. Italian sausage to go with our bow tie pasta. Okay, now, oh, here's a towel, okay? I'm going to cover this up, put it on my stove, but I'm actually going to put it on a baking sheet just in case I've had it to overproof, y'all. we are going to just, this is all you do. You just mix it together, let it form a dough ball. Then we are going to cover it up, and I'm going to set it on this baking sheet. Y'all hear the peacock? Just in case it overproofs. Now, another little thing I'm going to do, I got me a little candle. Y'all excuse me just a second. Just to give it a little extra warmth in here because it's chilly. Look at there. You can do that. Just make sure nothing catches on fire, okay? Now, y'all, this is all you do. I'm going to I'm going to give that a rest. This is the resting period. We'll come back and check it in just a minute to see how it's rising, okay? After that first rise is when I'm going to do the next step, okay? So y'all just hang tight, okay? All right, y'all. I just took the cover off. It has risen a little bit, but it's rested. Now is when I like to put in add-ins like seeds, nuts, cheese, if you want to put jalapenos, stuff like that. So I am going to now just gather it together, toss it around a little bit, okay? And I'm going to put the amount of cheese in here that I want. This right here is probably going to be enough. Now, I'm cheesy. I like a little more than that. Let's get a little more. Just a little more. Okay, I mean, I don't want it like, you know, sopping with cheese. Okay, now you're going to like do a bunch of folding around, and we're going to do stretch and folds. Stretch and fold, you're going to pull up, stretch it, fold it over itself. Turn, pull up, stretch it, fold it over itself, okay? Pull up, stretch it, and this is a little piece of dough, y'all, because I'm downsizing. If you've got a bigger piece of dough, then that will make a difference, okay? All right, and y'all, you can do this by hand if you want to, just kind of like take it. I've played around with this method, y'all. Stretch it, fold it, stretch it. Oh, y'all, it's beginning to work that gluten because this is getting stretchy. Look at there. See, it's already working its own gluten. So this is good for a no-knead dough, y'all. Stretch, fold it over itself. Stretch, fold it over itself. You're working the cheese into the bread as you go. Stretch, fold, stretch again over here, fold over itself, okay? Get the rest of that cheese in there, work the rest of your ingredients in there that you're getting. All right, so I did a couple of stretch and folds, okay? Each time, I'm gonna give this like 20 minutes, I'm gonna do another stretch and fold. 20 minutes, I'm going to do another stretch and fold. I'm probably going to do this method about 2 more times, okay? And then I will show y'all how, and that last time when it's risen, I will show y'all what we're going to do that very last stretch and fold. I'm going to cover this back up, set it back, and let it do its thing. And every 20 minutes, I'm going to do a stretch and fold. All right, y'all, it is time to get this bread out. I wound up like putting it in the oven with the oven light on because it's pretty outside. I wanted to open the door, but there's a little draft. So I'm like, okay, winter chicken dinner, get it out of the draft, but still keep it warm. And let's get it out and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Are y'all ready to see what it looks like? Let me turn y'all around so y'all can see. Y'all see that? This is after a couple of stretch and folds. And look, it's doubled in size. It kept its shape. It just kept on rising after each and every stretch and fold. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to do to it next. And y'all, this is so simple. We're just going to play around. Let me see if I can set y'all on top of here without falling off. All right. I'm just going to set y'all on top of the stove. Y'all, I'm having to be creative with my space here because this is the only space I got. So I'm just having to stretch out. Okay, so we are going to, let me find some space here, y'all. Get you some flour. Get you an egg wash. Just enough flour just to kind of, because we are going to roll this into a log. My hands are clean, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the seasonings. Look at the cheese. Look at that. I'm going to try not to play with it too much. It's already forming a log, which is exactly what I want it to do. You're going to kind of like shape it like into the shape of a French loaf or a baguette, okay? So I don't want to play with it as much, but we're going to try to shape it. Look at there, that wasn't hard at all. Now, I am going to turn, let me find some space, y'all. I am going to turn, y'all, I still hadn't washed my dishes. I'm sorry. I have been sewing away from my granddaughters, and I'm just like, I just got to hurry up and get these done. Okay, now, turn it to you this way. Now, you can either do a 2 braid and twist and overlap them, okay? I want to try to braid this. So, I'm going to section this like a little girl's hair into 3 sections. But I'm going to leave this up here intact. So, I'm going to come right here, leave you some right here at the top about 1 inch, and divide this into 3 sections like you're going to braid a little girl's hair, okay? I'm used to braiding my granddaughter's hair, so I know how to do this. If you don't know how to braid, okay, now you're going to be very careful, and you're going to braid this like you're braiding a little girl's hair. Over, over, over. I might have done that wrong, y'all. Over. I forgot how to braid here for just a second. There you go. Look at that. You've just braided this. You've got your braided bread. Now, if y'all want to do a twist, like where you just have the 2, just take the 2 strands, twist as you go, and just overlap them with each other and twist them together, okay? Now, down here, pinch the seams together and leave like 1 inch like that, like you just did that. I like the bottom part more than I do the top part. Okay, so the bottom part looks prettier than this part, but it's okay because this was your starting point, okay? So I'll see if I can get it a little, right there is where I messed up braiding, but it's okay. Next time, I'll remember. I got lopsided there for a second. Now we're going to take our egg wash. Or I'll tell you what, I am going to let this sit right here, unbothered. Let it do one last little rise, okay? And I'm actually going to put it on a bigger sheet so I won't disturb it when, after it does this one last rise, and I won't be disturbing it. Ooh, I gotta turn it that way because it's long, y'all. Okay, I don't want to disturb it after it does this last little rise. I'm gonna put it back in the oven, let it do one last little rise, get puffy, and then we'll do the last step and get ready to bake this, okay? All right, y'all, I have let it do its thing one last time. And y'all look at this. Look how puffy that is going to turn out. Now we're going to put an egg wash on it, and I'm going to be preheating my oven anywhere between 375 and 400, okay? Let that be preheating. Make sure I have nothing in there. I don't want to catch something on fire. We're going to put an egg wash. You can do a milk wash if you want to. Y'all, I know some old timers who do water wash. You do anything, any kind of wash you want on here. Butter, to where that way it's going to get that brown color on top. And then when the oven preheats, we are going to put this in there and bake until it gets, I'm going to say about 30 minutes until it gets good and golden brown. And then we will let it cool. And then y'all know I gotta let y'all see what it looks like after it's baked and it's cooled, and then we cut into it, okay? So, oven's preheating. As soon as it preheats, I'm gonna put this in there. We're gonna bake it, take it out, let it cool, then we're gonna slice into this baby. At this point right here, if y'all want to add like everything bagel or some sesame seeds or something like that, you can put some of those on top. But I don't, since we're having a pasta, I don't want the crunchy effect with our dish tonight. So I'm just going to let this hang out while the oven's preheating, and then bake it, get it out, let it cool. Then we're going to cut into it and let y'all see what it looks like, okay? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that bread? It is cooled off. Now we're fixing to slice into it and taste it. All right, y'all, you ready? I'm going to go ahead and cut in the middle so y'all can see exactly what it looks like. Oh my gosh. Do y'all see that? Look at that cheese. Look at that cheese. Ooh, y'all, you can go one step further and you can slice this up, put it on a baking sheet, put you some butter on it, and have some garlic toast. But y'all, I've just got to. Let's get a piece of this and see what it tastes like. Mm. Mm. I have died and gone to bread heaven. Don't you dare pinch me. Let me savor this. This is good soft. And this would be good toasted to go with spaghetti and pasta. Oh, y'all. Okay. Y'all gotta go make you some of this. Challah, however they pronounce it, or braided bread. It's just simple. Y'all saw how we just braided it. That's it. Y'all, go make you some of this. please go make you some of this. And if you do make some, and let me know how it turns out. Let me know if you liked it. Y'all always come back and give me comments. I want to know how y'all are doing on this bread making journey. I want y'all to tell me what you've made. I want y'all to tell me maybe some ideas that you've done different, tweaks that you've made, ingredients that you've used, methods that you've used, how it turned out. Y'all, share with me, okay? Always come back and let me know how y'all are doing in this series, okay? Or any of my videos, like my cooking videos, canned biscuit videos. Come back and tell me, y'all, how y'all are doing and what you liked, okay? I'm going to enjoy the rest of my bread while I sit here and make this pasta. I'll catch y'all in the next one.